Alright, Tinkers, I'm Toastbloke and I need to work towards getting kibble. And what better place to start than by building a greenhouse? Let's get cracking. Isn't it just magnificent? This beautiful structure behind us, the farmhouse that I built in the previous episode. It could be better. It's got no decoration. There is nothing on the interior, no furnishings or anything. But for my first PvE build of the series, I think it's looking alright. I'm just a little bit sick of seeing all this space here. There's nothing going on. And that's going to change today. We're going to do another build. Something we really need, a greenhouse. So I can start making crops and working on kibble. Because we're going to be working over this side, I decided to pop some storage boxes here. And I've got various resources in here that I think we might need. They're grouped by where they come from, and then in order of their value to me. And I swear there was something different in the end there. Yeah. Just looked in the same one twice. I've also filled up my tames, the Anki, the Dodic and the Mammoth with more resources, so we definitely don't run out. And then I've got some bits I've already made previously that I found here, and I'm going to be using the Argentavis as a smithy. So we should be all set to go. We need to figure out where we're going to start though, and the main thing I need to think about right now is where this is going to be positioned, how we're going to place the foundations for the greenhouse, and then also to get the pipes underneath the foundations. So we'll use some building tricks for that, but the first thing I need to do is craft said foundations. Right, I've banged out 25 foundations. We just need to work out where we want to put them. Now there's two different snap points, isn't there? We've got the higher one where I've built the farmhouse, and the lower one where I've got the wall. I wonder if I go for the lower one because I don't want this to be bigger than the farmhouse. I don't want the greenhouse imposing on or overshadowing the farmhouse. That wouldn't make sense. Whose greenhouse is bigger than the house? Nobody's. Now I'm going to start here, I think, and just work across here because I'm wondering if I could actually just continue the wall across there and make that a wall. Now whether that's going to be part of the building, I'm unsure. Let's see what happens. That's going to be weird, isn't it, if I leave that little gap there, especially if I'm going up here. So I've got to fill these in, and that's making us wonder if I just need to do the whole area. Maybe I do. Let's see what that would look like. It's going to build out of here. Yeah, I think a tiny little bit of garden here would just be strange. Let's block this off so that that is the garden, and then the buildings and the foundations surround it all. Lovely. I think that's a good plan. So we've got to get the pipes under here now. Maybe I should work out a rough layout of the building first. I wonder if this is the garden, if we'll enter from here. And that would make sense if we've got 4 foundations to use these 2 as the entrance. Coming into the greenhouse. We'll definitely go this way. How far though? We don't want to go too far. Maybe we leave a walkway. Maybe we leave a walkway around here to kind of keep things spaced and to continue the feel of this balcony. It'll stop things feeling too cluttered, I guess. So I think that's a good shout. Do I want to come any further this way though? If this is the entrance, I don't know. I feel like having a little L shape here will be strange. Would it be an L shape? It would be. Yeah, I don't want to do that then. Maybe we'll leave this. We could always build a little shed on the side, or keep our Fiumias or dung beetles there. So that works. Right. Let me get to work on placing the pipes. First things first, I want to work out where the pipes need to be. Now, if this is the entrance, I'm not going to have crop plots here. So maybe we class this back wall as the place where we're going to run all of our pipes. Now then, if that's the case, and this is the end, I might start here and work my way across the back. Now, I'm taking that up because I want to drop a foundation. I'm basically doing the same thing I did on the crafting station, but we're going to do it in a different direction for this. See if we can get this snap point straight away. I know this game doesn't like to give us them. Hey, there we go. Nice one. Now, if I remember when I did the crafting station, I laid the cables facing south. So I'm going to face west. Just because then, when these are aligning over the edges of each foundation, they're not going to be overlapping each other. If I ever have the cables and the pipes merging, they're not going to get in the way of each other. Just makes them easier to deal with. So I'm lining myself up with a ladder trick. You've seen us do this before now. I'm going to get the cross section of the pipe, and I want to find the point where this is going to flicker between the two foundations. Now, if I'm real careful, I can see just through the bottom of there that that is definitely on that foundation. So I'm going to place that. And then I should be able to pick this up. We'll get rid of that. And this. And we'll be able to place the pipes and get them exactly where we want them. Yep, they're in the right place. Just checking. So I'll be able to move this and see green. See how I can see green there? That'll disappear when I get close enough to the pipe that I'm stood on for it to snap. Am I in the way though? Is it going to say that me being here is in the way, or is it the debris? No, the debris is gone. So where's the green? Where's it gone? Right, there we go, it's snapping. Do the same again. Let's see some green. Come back, it goes, snapped. And we'll go again. Where's green? Right, so they should be snapped, and that's probably far enough. I think that's good. Let's get this back down there to hide. Let's get this back down there to hide the pipe. And we are ready to start planning out the shape of the building. The foundations are down, the pipes are under. It's time to mark this out. I'm going to use these stone fence foundations. These two are the entrance, so I'm going to want to snap these to the inside edge of those. I'm going to want one in this corner as well. You'll notice these are all going to face the same direction, and there is a reason for that. Well, I want a pillar opposite there. Maybe I do. Maybe I divide these two rooms off. Is that the correct? No, I need the one further in. Why is that? I don't get it why there's like multiple edge snap points sometimes. I'm trying to work out if one's like a blend between the two. But that looks right. Cool. Then I want this far end as well. Like I say, they're all facing the same way. And the reason is when you put your pillars down, they actually have two different snap points, two different directions. And one protrudes further than the other. So when you go to start building inside, if you've lined them up wrong, it makes it really difficult to place things. So make sure all your fence foundations face the same way. And I'm just going to go around, and where I want these to be, I'm going to place them. Most of them will only have... Oh, I don't want one there, I don't think. I don't think, anyway. We'll come back and decide that in a bit. This one here, it's just going to say most of them will have one snap point, but this one, because there's one opposite, it's going to have two. That's the one that I want. Let's just check if that looks aligned correctly. Yeah, I think so. Lovely. Let's put one there, there. And that should be it. Unless I do want them between here. I don't think I do. I think we'll leave that. I think that's good. So what we need to do now is make the walls and get them put exactly where we want them. Let's start at the start again. I'll get these walls popped in and we'll see how things are looking. I'm using stone because I feel like it'll break things up using a couple of textures. And I need to get these to snap in front of the stone fence foundations when there is one, just to make sure that it's the right place and that these are the same height. See, that one's gone behind, different height, wrong place. Let's get it right. Come on. There we go, nice one. I don't know how I got that. It didn't look like it was going anywhere near where I placed it in the end. This side's easy. There are no fence foundations to get in the way. And then, same again, over the front edge. No, you're going to show us up today, game. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Right, come on. What? We haven't got any of these first time, have we? Maybe the first one? What is going on? That is a bad success rate. Come on, last one. Last one. First time. Yeah, see, I can do it. Right, let's see how this looks. I'm not a fan of this. We might have to put a wall over that. Looks a bit scuff, if I'm honest with you. But I'm okay with this around here. Yep, I like the walkway. But what's going on here? I don't know how I feel about this. Maybe. Let's have a think. Let's have a think. I might want to fill that in, but I want this shape of the greenhouse. I'll work something out for that. But for now, we want to start thinking about the next level up. And that's going to be pillars. And I'm thinking if the top half's going to be glass, the bottom half stone. Maybe I change the top and make that wood, because then it differs from this building again. Probably feels a little bit more dainty. Time to pop these on then, just around all the other pillars that are already there. Nothing spectacular, nothing special. But I do think that's going to be a nice little design choice. It's going to be aesthetically pleasing. And then I guess we run the greenhouse glass all the way around the edge of there. I was thinking about the space, and I was thinking, what do I want in my greenhouse? And I'm going to want crop plots, obviously. And I was thinking I could put a wall here, maybe run some along here, and then put a second tier on here with more crop plots on. I think that could work. And then I was thinking I could have maybe some refrigerators, preserving bins, maybe a beehive, and use this space out here for dung beetles and pheomias. I think that would be cool. And then I thought, beer barrels. I don't really want them in the house. So, could I build a little one high room here that I could put beer barrels in? If so, I'd rather do it now before I start faffing about with the next level. I think we do. I think we go for it. I'm trying my best to imagine how this is all going to look, because I don't want to make any mistakes at this point. I need it all sorted. But let's see if I can snap this to the lower point where it's supposed to be. Yeah, that looks right. Do the same along here. These ones will happen automatically. That one's not going to go, probably because of this railing. So let's get rid of that for now. And we'll bop that there. Now I'm wondering, actually, do I need this one here? Do I even need that one there? Maybe I don't. How's things going to look on the inside? I'm going to want barrels along there. Maybe I want pillars and put these in their own little rooms, like each keg in its own little section. Let's take these walls down. I'm going to need these down. I'm not going to be able to move with everything I'm carrying though. I'm going to need those down. Right. And let's work around the outside. I wonder... We'll try it. We'll put one there. One there. I like that. Which means I'm going to want these here. After all. Lovely. And then I'll pop the walls around here so I can see where I'm up to. Snap them on the inside. On the lower level. That's good. And I've got the 3 ceilings. I don't want to put them on really until the barrels are placed. Does that mean... That means I'm going to want to do the same this side. It should be a place in front of them in the middle as well. I'm wondering if this is overkill with the pillars. But I'm also thinking my brain needs everything to line up and be nice. And be the same. So they'll work there. And then I guess we'll leave their ends. I think so. Do I want one there as well then? I feel like I'm just breaking everything up. There's not going to be one at the front for the entrance. I can use that as my excuse to not have one there. We're not having one there. So I need 3 walls. I'm going to want maybe door frames here. 3 door frames. And then we're going to go around the top with the glass. I'll need 4 wood as well. Right. I'll get busy with that. I've started crafting up the glass for the next level. But before we do that and put that down, I want to sort these issues out. So... let's see if we can get these the right way around. I want to pull down until they change the snap point just to make sure they're facing the right way. Pop the door in as a test. Not going to use this, but I'm just making it. Yep, that would be the correct way for entering that building. So that one's done. Right, let's go again in the middle here. That looks like that'll be the snap point, but we'll double check it. It's good to test. That looks right again. It is. Lovely, this is going well. Doesn't normally go this well. What's happening? Is that changed? There's the change. Come on. 3 in a row. Hey, we've got it. Whatever it is, we've got it. Then I need to pop these in on top of the pillars. I still haven't made the 3 walls, so I'll grab them. And hopefully I can come back with all of the greenhouse walls as well. I'm crossing my fingers that this is the right amount of everything. I've got an awful feeling that it's not going to be. But I believe I needed 3 of these. And that's that completed off again. And I think I need 14 of these. Now these should all just snap the correct way if everything's done right. Hey, that's nice. Looks like it is. I'm getting the more bluey side of the window showing to me. Let's not accidentally smash one. Lovely, and we're in, we're looking good. Now before I put the roof on, I probably want to sort out some of the interior, if I'm honest with you. So I'm going to think about positioning the crop plots, which means I'm going to want a wall for here. I'm going to want 3 glass ceilings because they let the light through to the crop plots below. And I'm going to want 6 large crop plots. Do I have those unlocked? I'm unsure that I will. Let's find out. No, but we do now. Let's get them sorted. Let's get this out then and pop it on here. Hang on. Yeah, I want it this way. It needs to be this way. That's on the inside of that foundation, so this needs to pop over the edge of that fence foundation. That should be the correct position for that. Should be looking dandy. I'm also then going to want to position the first 3 crop plots. Now, I like to get the ladder out to line myself up again, but in the centre, right? And the reason I like to be in the centre is it means I can get the middle one positioned perfectly and then add the other ones either side after. Now, I just get this so it turns green, and then it should go green all the way across because those pillars are placed correctly. Usually, the little line at the front of the crop plot, you can see that there, the one going through the front, just behind where the wood would be on the template. That would usually line up with the front of the foundation or ceiling, and that will give you the clearance you need. So I tend to use that little trick as well. It looks like that's pretty much where that is, so that's spot on. I'm just going to place this one. I'm going to go to the left, get that as close to it as I can. Why aren't you placing? Just being a bully. Thanks, cheers game. And then the same to the right as well. Just get those 3 in there nicely. Looking good. We've got our first 3 crop plots in. Now as well, while I think about it, before I build more stuff, I should probably get the taps in for these. So I'm going to get 2 vertical pipes, 2 taps, and I might get some straight pipes as well. I'll show you why when I've made them. Story time. What happens when you place something on the edge of a pipe is it will face the way that pipe is pointing. Now I've got these hiding in here, which is pretty cool. They're going to hide in these pillars. But I'll just quickly show you here. If I snap this to the front side, the tap will face to the front side. And you can't change that. It's fixed. Which means when I snap this to the back side, the tap's going to face the opposite way, which I don't like. Not that it's going to matter, I'm unsure, because we can't see, but I still want to get it right, just in case. You know, I might decide to collapse those pillars one day. So what I have to do to get this right is get another pipe, any sort really, straight pipe, cross section. And you want to snap them to the opposite side of the pipe you're trying to connect it to. Come on. And because the pipes are doing this and pointing towards each other, you end up getting the snap point in both directions and you can cycle between it. So it's really handy if you're trying to face things the right way on a pipe. Usually, if I remember, me doing this and just looking up slightly and positioning that should snap it to the one I want. So let's grab a tap and see. We can't see. Why can't I see it? It's hiding away like. So I'm never going to know if it's the right way. That's going to stress me out. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess we're going to roll with it and see what happens. I can't tell. Is the water coming out this way? Is it going out the back? You just can't see. The tap's just completely hidden. Well, that is the premise though. That is how that works. Those pillars are fully hiding the taps. I mean, I can't complain. But that is a trick. That does work. I'd love to show you, but it turns out that I can't. Can you see on this one which way it's facing? Maybe I have to know that for no reason. But those taps should water these 3 crop plots and also the 3 above. So we're looking good. Hidden taps. It's even better than I thought. Now then, I want to pop these across here, and like I say, use greenhouse glass if you're building shelves over the top of other crop plots. It allows the light through. You still get the greenhouse effect. Now, I know you can stack them, these crop plots, but I want this to look pretty. So I want to see the full plant. I want everything easy to access. So this is what I want to do. So I'm back in the center, lining up with the ladder, And like I say, because I've got the pillars at the back there, I can actually just do this to where it goes green. But you'll see that line I talk about is right on the edge of the ceiling. Right? Now I should be able to run this across. I'm just thinking greenhouse walls are a little bit weird. Let's just double check. I might be lucky, who knows, right? That's not going to go green that way. I can't even get it green that way. So we're not going to find out until the next go. I'm going to make sure that lines up right against the edge of what I'm trying to line it up to. It needs to be right on the edge of the seed on that line. Because apparently that's not good enough. So I'm thinking about there maybe. Let's try that. Going to get green. We are. Perfect. Now what I was going to say is greenhouse walls are a bit weird. And they don't let you put the crop plot through them. So the stone one below is fine. But yeah, that one's red. It's not going to let us. I just don't understand this game. I don't know how it can be so varied. Like, surely they should have used the exact same structure, shapes and snap points for every structure. But no, it's like they've made them all individually. So I'm going to have to replace those because you can put them on top of the crop plot for some reason. But let's get this done again. Third time's a charm, as we always say. Where's those crop plots? We'll get that positioned as I've been showing you so that that line is lined up with the very edge of the ceiling. I can't do it because I'm stood too close to the other crop plot. Readjust. Right, that looks pretty good. There we go. And that should give us green. Come on, come on. Yeah. And we should be getting it the other way as well. And then these will all be perfectly aligned. This one as close as possible to that, and I feel like I'm being a little bit heavy-handed. There we go. So I just need those two glass greenhouse walls, and then we can get the ceiling on. Ready to go then. I've just unlocked a few bits and bobs. I've got these here, the sloped greenhouse wall left and right, and then the sloped roof. But before we start with that, I need to pop these back in. Like I say, that should just go straight back down. So you can put that on the edges of the crop plot, but you can't put the edges of the crop plot on it. But let's see if we can get this roof on before nightfall. Starting to get dark. Gonna pop one of those there. Opposite one there. And then we'll do that. And the opposite side as well. And we're looking pretty darn good. I want to run the sloped roofs across the back. There shouldn't be any reason why I can't just do it all the way. But start on one side, go to the other side. And meet in the middle to make sure they overlap evenly on each edge. And then I feel like I should be able to come across here. But I want to stop here because I need to figure out what on earth I'm going to do. I want to make this a pointy gable end. So let's put some ceilings there. And I should be able to work on that. I'll have to get my RG. Fly up onto the roof. Let's just hop on here. Nice job, nice job. And then I can put these here as well. Now they're not needed. These back ones at least, the two front ones are. Because you've got to pop these on them, right? To get that point. But I like to have the back ones done as well. Because it's just an extra snap point. So if something gets damaged, the whole thing's not going to fall down. And then, this is a little bit finicky. Again, intersections of the greenhouse stuff's weird. If I want to intersect these two roofs, I've got to think clockwise. I need to turn to my right, okay? Now, that means if I want to run this roof along here and intersect it into this, I have to start this end because I want to turn to my right, like so. Go on, place. And then I turn to my right, okay? And then those will intersect. If I did it this way and did these two first and turned left, it wouldn't work. It's strange, right? Now, because that's the rule, on this side, I have to do it the opposite way. I need to start there and turn clockwise. And then there we have it. Our nice little roof intersection. And the greenhouse is pretty much done in regards to its outside structure. I'm chuffed. I'm chuffed. Let's pop down. We'll have a quick little peek. How's it looking? Are we getting the full greenhouse effect yet? Yeah, we are. Lovely. So that's perfect. I'm happy with that. That's great. Now, what I'm going to do during the night is craft up some beer barrels and bits and bobs. I think I'll need to get the beer barrels in here how I'd like them. And then we are good to go. We've just got to hook this up to some water. That sounds like morning to me. And what better way to start the day than with a sick grind. Check this out. Oh yeah, Tony Hawk, eat your heart out. Right, I think I've crafted everything up that I need to place the barrels. So we're going to give it a go. Now, I want the barrels to face into the room. They have a little plug or cork on the front. And the way that I make sure that happens is I have to face the way that when I turn to my right, it looks into the room. It'll face to my right, wherever I place the pipe, at least at the far end. So we're going to use the ladder trick. It's a good trick. Use it a lot. And we're going to climb up just to align ourselves with the far wall and these pillars. Then I want to get this cross section. This is just something I do to make sure everything is aligned. And I should be able to see this. There you go. You can see it in the floor there. And I'm going to want to align that. Normally I do it to the edge of the foundation. But I'm going to want to do it so that it's between and in the middle of these pillars. Because they're kind of dictating where the center of each section is. So that's where I'm going to want it. But I don't want to place that. I want to swap that out for a straight pipe and place that instead. It'll go in exactly the same place. You want another straight pipe connected to that at the end. And then we should get the barrel facing the right way and in the middle, which we do have. See the plug? Perfect. Now the middle one, because there are 2 snap points from each pipe, will go either way. Make sure you get it the way that you want it, with the plug at the front. And because there's only one end of the pipe this side, you don't get the snap point you want. Which means, same trick as I did with the taps, even though you couldn't see it, you'll see it this time. You're going to pop a pipe. Well, you're going to try to snap a pipe to the pipe that's already there. And then you should get the 2 snap points. Yeah, because that's right. But they should be all hooked up, similar distance back. Or the same distance back, really. It's a bit of an optical illusion that, I'm not sure if they are. But yeah, they should all be snapped and all facing the right way. I'm happy with that. That means I can get these little ceilings on and just block those in. If I left those on the RG, I may well have. I have. And that's just going to finish that off. Now I think this looks way better. I need a rail in here. Let's quickly craft one of those up if I got the things I need on here. No, I can take some of the wood like. Need a little bit of stone. Barely got any stone. We've been flying through it. And I'll just quickly make that railing if I can. Is it not going to show us the railing? Just to finish that off. Now I've got plenty more resources, like I say, on my tames. But I think that is tied quite nicely in while maintaining the feel of the greenhouse. Have I brought the flexi pipes? I have. Right. Now I'm just going to line myself up. And I want to move this back until I see it disappear to a snap. These do kind of snap to angles. And this should be joining these pipes with the barrels in, hopefully, to the actual grid that's under there. So you see how it just disappears all of a sudden? Usually that means it's found a snap. But that should all be connected up enough. Oh, I can't get up there now. That's a nightmare. That was such a cool little shortcut. Now the RG's going to be in the way. Oh, parkour. Doing all sorts of tricks today, like. Can I pick this one up that I put down in here? It's not going to let us now, is it? Now that it's settled in, it could be there for life. Not a problem, though. What else have I got? There we go. We'll do that. We'll do that because we are going to want to irrigate this with real water, which means I'm going to want to run pipes down this cliff and into the water. It's going to be fun. We are ready to get started. Now, I have made a shed ton of flexi pipe. And you might be thinking, why? Well, flexi pipe is the best way to run pipe down to the water. Loads of people I see like to use normal pipes. And you'll have like zigzaggy structures going off a cliff down to the beach. It looks messy. It looks horrible. I hate it. So we're going to use these to make sure this is super neat. And guess what trick we're going to do? The ladder trick. Now I should be able to climb up to here. And that will make me parallel with this foundation. And I've also made some grapples. I'm hoping this is going to help me out. It might not. I might be being optimistic. I've not done this in a while. But you'll notice these bad boys here, I need to make sure I'm aligned with it, will actually snap down into the floor. So you go as far as you can, you place. And you rinse and repeat this, right? Far as you can, and you place. And these will just snap and go through the floor, regardless of what you're doing, right? Far as you can, and you place. Now this is where it's going to get a bit weird for me. What I can do for this part, do the ladder the opposite way. And then I can at least make sure these bits are all lined up to each other nicely, right? I'm a stickler for it. I've got to have it like that. We'll figure this out. So this one here, if I make sure I'm in line with the pipe, with my head, right, I should be able to hopefully get this to go out. Maybe if I crouch, maybe I'll go first person. How far can I get it to go? Looks like that's as far. But that's a nice point. I can't complain with that. I just want to try and get this to go as low as I can while sticking to the side of the cliff. Oh, this is tricky. This is tricky. Right, there we go. And this is where I'm going to fall, I think. Yeah. But I should be alright. Now, I'm going to try and grapple up and see exactly where that is. I can see the pipe coming down there. I might not even need to grapple. We might be able to reach this from here. Let's see if we can get that to come down. And this is where it's not going to be quite as neat and not quite as perfect, but it's going to be hidden. Alright? It's going to be hard to see this in comparison if I built stupid pipes everywhere, right? And it's kind of following the angle of the cliff, so I can't complain too much. You know? You win some, you lose some. This is neat. I'm happy. As long as it's neat, I'm happy. It's not going to let us have it. Still looks straight. Seems straight. Oh my god. Oh, he's gonna die if he's not careful. You calm down, Chris Peacock. There we go. Just keep going with these pipes all the way, essentially. Gotta find where that works. That's not wanting to go through the mesh. So we'll have to bring it to a point where it's happy and then take it through the rest of the way over the top. Now there are some situations where you can just get this perfectly straight and neat. I'm not going to cry too much. I'm happy enough with this. As long as I just walk straight back from here. Let's see where the water is. Oh, that's pretty nice actually. That's pretty nice. So if I just keep walking straight back, the rest of this will be straight again. Gotta hope nothing attacks us, but you know, something's probably going to attack us. The other thing is I hope I don't run out of this stuff. I'd like to just get to the edge of the water. Pretty please, game. Be kind. It's hard to see through the plants. Where are we looking? It's waiting until it disappears each time. Can't see. We'll just do that. Right. Looking good. Looking tidy. You can actually get these to go under the mesh ever so slightly sometimes, which can make things look real neat. We're next to a river or something as well, where there's actually no beach. It's always a nice shout. I'm going to get rid of these rocks, because I'd rather this just go straight. It's just going to be better, I feel, personally. So get rid of these rocks, get that straight into the water. Keep things tidy. You can sometimes hide things nicely around the rocks, but I'm not about that life right now. We're going for this properly. So let's get lined up with this. I want to make sure it's going to be straight. It's not quite right. That's decent. Pop that there. It looks like we're going to have enough. Then I'm going to switch to the intake. Which, is that going to be the right way around? It is, because I've changed direction. And we'll just get that so it's fully under the water. Hide it in by this rock. And then basically just join these up. And we've got plenty of these. So we are on to a winner. Now we just got to hope when we get up top, right, that this is actually working. And that everything's going to have water running out of it. It's going to be irrigated. Yep, fully irrigated. Crop plots, 300 greenhouse, 600 irrigation. Same on the top, so that's looking sick. So that means the plumbing and the greenhouses build is actually complete. And I couldn't really be happier. There's obviously a lot left to do to be able to make kibble. but this is a good start. So I am going to call that there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video or you've learned something, please remember to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. We're only 2 subs away from 100, which is wild. Really excited to hit that landmark. Also, check the links out in the description below. There might be something you're interested in there that you might want to check out. Either way, until the next video, you guys take care, and I'll catch you later. Cheerio.